أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to the channel today. Today we will solve problem 7, but before that, see what I got, a brand new calculator. In the previous video my calculator was giving me headaches, so I decided to buy a new one so that we will do it effectively, inshallah. Now let us read problem 7, which is going to be the last problem we will solve on vectors in our YouTube channel. Now problem 7 says, given that you have vector p, these are the component along x, y and z for vector p. Then the second vector, vector q, these are its component along x, y and z. Now the first problem says we should find p dot q, meaning the dot product of p and q. We explained in the class that vectors are not multiplied in an ordinary way, in a way like 3 times 5 and you got 15, or 10 times 5 and you got 50. We have two ways of multiplying vectors, either by dot product or by cross product, and we will see that in Roman number 1 and Roman number 2. Roman number 3 says we should find the angle between vector p and vector q. Finally, B said we should show that this one, okay, let me re-explain this. P dot Q, the dot product, will give you a scalar. The result will be a scalar quantity. But P cross Q, the result will also be a vector quantity. Meaning if you multiply a vector by a vector in a cross product manner, you will get a vector. In dot product manner, you get a scalar. So this B Roman number 1 is saying the vector that you obtain here, you should show that it makes angle 90 degrees to P, and it also makes angle 90 degrees with Q. Okay, that is the meaning of we should be able to show that P cross Q is perpendicular to both P and Q. This one said we should be able to show that P cross Q is equal to negative Q cross P. It means that this one is a negative of the other. In other ways, we should be able to show that when we add this one to this one, we will get 0. Okay. Let us start without any delay. Without any delay, we are going to start with problem A. But before that, I like to write solution. We will now start solving. So for A, Roman number 1 says we should get P dot Q. Okay. Now P dot Q, this should be equal to, then we open bracket, we now write vector P that we are given. Vector P is 6 I cap minus 7, okay, J cap plus 8 K cap, okay. Then dot, you open bracket again, then you have vector Q, which is negative 9, okay, I cap plus 10 J cap, and then negative 11 K cap. Okay, now what do we do next? Remember what we said, we multiply 6 and minus 9 and then ignore the I cap for simplicity. Okay, 6 multiplied by negative 9, put them in bracket, each one in bracket, then plus, you go to the J, take the J here is negative 7, please don't forget the sign, and then this one is positive 10. Okay, then plus again for the K cap, the coefficient is 8, okay, multiplied by the coefficient for the K cap, negative 11. Okay, this will now, you don't have to, in physics, you know, once you make the correct substitution, you can move on to the correct answer if you can find that in a calculator. We don't pay much attention to so much evaluation. Okay, so I will show you how to do that using your calculator. Check the calculator. This is where you have open bracket, close bracket. So I'm going to press this one. Okay, open bracket 6, close bracket, then open bracket again, negative 9, close bracket. See what appears here. See, and this is the first portion. Then you can now press the plus operator. Okay, and then you do the same for the rest. Open bracket negative 7, close bracket, open bracket again 10, close bracket. Now plus open bracket 8, close bracket, open bracket negative 11, close bracket. And this, we are now press the equality sign and look at what we have, negative 212. Okay, so it means our result is minus 212. This is our dot product. Roman number 2 says we should get the cross product of P and Q. P cross Q. Okay, so this is equal to, now I like this one so very much. What we will do now is we will write our I cap, J cap here, and then K cap here. So the determinant of this one. Now, okay, for P, its I value is 6. Sorry, coefficient of I is 6. Coefficient of J is negative 7. For K cap is 8. Then for now down we put for Q, and for Q is negative 9, 10, negative 11. Okay. This is equal to, now we need 3 brackets. The first one is positive, and then the coefficient will be I cap. Okay, then the next one will be negative. Then we have this bracket, and then the coefficient will be J cap. Finally, the last one will be positive. Remember this for determinant. This is positive, negative, positive. So you see this is positive here, then negative, then the next one positive. Open bracket, okay, close bracket. Then this is for K cap. Now what do I write in the first bracket? This one has I cap here, so I ignore the column that has I and the row that has I. So if I ignore this column and ignore this row, I will have these 4 numbers here. I will carry them and write them here. I have negative 7, 9, 10, minus 11. For here, this is J cap, so I ignore the column that has J cap. This is the column that has J cap, I ignore it, and then the row that has J cap, I ignore it. So I will have this. So I will have here 6 minus 9, and then 8 minus 11. Great. Let me check this one again. This for I cap, I ignore this one, and I ignore this one, so I am left with this and this. How comes I have 9 here? This should be 8. Thank you. This should be 8. Now, this for this one, K cap, I will do the same. I ignore the column that has the K cap, the row that has the K cap, so I have these numbers. I have 6 here, minus 9, and then minus 7 and 10 here. Okay, this is equal to, then I will now open square bracket. Okay, inside, what you will do inside is that this one should be multiplied by this one, then minus what you have here multiplied by this one. Okay, so this means I will say, since what I have here is negative, negative 7 multiplied by another negative 11 minus 10 times 8. I don't have to put them in brackets since they are positive. Then what I have here is the coefficient is I cap. Okay, what I have here, I cap. Good. Now I continue. This is negative. Sorry, I should use this in negative. Again, I have my bracket. Okay, now this one times this one minus this one times this one. So 6 into negative 11 minus, this is negative, so I will put it in bracket, negative 9 times 8. So this is all I have for my J cap. Then I will now say plus, then I open another bracket. They are positive. This one times this will be 6 times 10 minus, okay, then what I have here is negative, minus 9. Okay, this one is also negative, so I open another bracket, minus 7. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, this one has finished. Minus 7. Then sorry. So you close bracket here. Okay, remember, and you have your K cap here. So this is equal to, how do I simplify this one? Very simple. You now bring your calculator, you simplify what is in the bracket here. So open bracket, you have open bracket, minus 7 close bracket, open bracket again, minus 11 close bracket. You see, I'm simplifying what is in the bracket. So then minus 10 times 8, you see, minus 10 times 8, then you press equality sign. Look at what you got, minus 3. So you now write minus 3, and this is what you have, I cap. Then what about the next one? You see, this one is negative, so let me write the negative sign, and then let's see what we will have in the bracket. 6 into negative 11 close bracket minus, open another bracket, minus 9 close bracket times 8. When you do that, you see you have answer positive, so it means this negative will survive. So you have negative 6 J cap here. Okay, then what about this one? What is in the bracket here? I have 6 times 10 minus, open bracket, negative 9 close bracket, open bracket again, negative 7 close bracket. You press equality sign, you see you have minus 3. Okay, since this one is plus, the minus that you obtain from here, plus times minus is minus, so this is minus 3 K cap. Okay class, this is your P cross Q, which is also a vector, okay, with this magnitude along X, this magnitude along Y, this magnitude along Z. With this one, we have successfully solved Roman number 1 and Roman number 2. Okay, now let me bring the problem again and see what Roman number 3 says. Roman number 3 says we should find the angle between vector P and vector Q. Now there are two ways of obtaining this angle, and any one you use is correct. Okay, any one you use is correct. Okay, now you can choose to use either the dot product or the cross product. Okay, let me show you that as quickly as possible. Since this is a class, we are going to use the two methods. Okay, we are going to use the two methods and see if our answers will be identical. Okay, this is still a Roman number 3. Okay, a Roman number 3. Okay, according to the dot product, P dot Q, okay, is equal to magnitude of P multiplied by magnitude of Q, and then you have sine sine theta. This is the formula. So if you want to get the theta, you see, you use magnitude. So magnitude of the dot product is equal to magnitude of this P, magnitude of Q, sine theta. Now for the dot product, we already calculated the dot product, and what did we get? We got, look at it here, for P and Q we got negative 212. So this means here we will say negative 212 magnitude of this one. This is equal to, how do we obtain magnitude of P? We are given P already. Remember, this is our P. Our P is this, our Q is this. So we'll say square root of, we take this square plus this one square plus this one square, as we did in our previous videos. So we don't have to waste time on that. We know that this should be 6 squared plus open bracket negative 7 squared plus 8 squared. This is our magnitude of P, multiplied by square root again for Q, negative 9 squared plus 10 squared plus negative 11 squared. Okay, then this one should be multiplied by sine theta. Okay, now why do we put this one, this bracket here? Because we want this negative sign cancel. This in statistics is called absolute value. You want to take the magnitude regardless of the sign. You are ignoring the sign, so this one will come out as just 212. Okay, and this is equal to okay, for this one we can multiply everything in the or as we did before, you just press square root. Okay, if you press square root, open bracket, and press everything here, 6 squared, ignore the square, the minus here, the square will cancel it. So you just press 6 squared plus 7 squared plus 8 squared, and then you close bracket. Look at what you have on the calculator. Now if you do that, press that, and approximate your result correct to 3 decimal places. So this will be 12.207, approximately 12.207 multiplied by, then you do the same there for magnitude of P. This is a square root, open bracket, 9 squared plus 9 squared plus 10 squared plus 11 squared. Again you close bracket, equality sign. Look at what you have here. Don't forget, close the bracket. 17.378. okay, 17.378 multiplied by sine theta. Okay, 212 equals, now multiply this one and this one. What do we have? 12.207 multiplied by 17.378, and this will give us again 212.133246 sine theta. Now we divide both sides by this quantity, and then we make sine theta the subject of the formula, and this will be 212 divided by what we have here, 212.133246. Then our theta now is equal to sine inverse of this fraction, 212 divided by 212.133246. Okay, how do we press sine inverse? Very simple. First of all, press this shift. When you press shift, look for the sign. Can you see sign here? Press it, and you will see sine inverse appears. Then you now open bracket and write your fraction, 212 divided by, press the division operator, divided by 212.133246. You close bracket, press equality sign. You see this will be 87.96. If you want to approximate it to one decimal place, it will just be 88. So this is approximately 88 degrees. So the angle between them is 88 degrees. As I told you earlier, you can use either the dot product or the cross product. This one I use the dot product. If I want to use the cross product, remember the cross product says it says so I'm going to say O. You can use this one cross Q. You know, it says this is equal to magnitude of this, and then magnitude of this, cos theta. So if you want to get the magnitude, make sure you put this one just as in here before. So magnitude of this one equals magnitude of this, magnitude of this. So what we have here is not going to change. We look at it, we obtain the magnitude of P and Q, we multiply them together, and we got 212.133. This quantity will not change, it will remain the same thing because this is the identical thing that we have. But what we need to find is this one. So how do we find the magnitude of P cross Q? We calculated our P cross Q before. Look at it here, P cross Q, and we obtain this one. So we get the magnitude of this, and this will now be square root of open bracket negative 3 squared plus open bracket negative 6 squared plus open bracket negative 3 squared. This is the magnitude of P cross Q, and this is equal to okay, for this one we already did them before, so I'm going to write the result 212.133 246 cos theta. Now this one, how do we get this one? Remember, ignore the negative sign when you are pressing the calculator for simplicity, because the square will cancel this negative sign. So you just press square root open bracket 3 squared plus 6 squared plus 3 squared again, close bracket. It will appear like this on your calculator as you see that. Now press the equality sign. Look at what you have correct. Approximate it to 3 decimal places. So you have 7.348. Next, your cos theta is this one divided by this. So here but we have to rewrite it. Okay, we have to rewrite this 212.133246 cos theta. Good. The next step is that we will okay, great. The next step is that we will make cos theta the subject of the formula. Our cos theta, okay, is equal to 7.348 divided by 212.133246. Then we make theta the subject of the formula. Theta is equal to cos inverse of this fraction, 7.348 divided by 212.13346, close bracket, and this is equal to, now bring the calculator as in before. If you want to use cos inverse, make sure you press your shift and then you look for cos. This is cos, you press it and you see your cos inverse appears. Now you can open bracket and type your fraction, 7.348 divided by 212.133246, close bracket. Now I am going to press the equality sign. Look at it, if we can get that 88 as wow, 88 approximately. So you see, if you like, you can use the cross product, or the dot product, but make sure you use magnitude. Okay, you can get that as simply as that. Okay, with this we have successfully solved for A, and now let us solve for B. How do we solve for B? Now for B Roman number 1 is asking us, demanding us to find, to show that P cross Q is perpendicular to both P and Q. So if two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then their dot product must be 0. Remember this point. This is the point that will guide you. So if you are asked to check whether two vectors are perpendicular or not, just calculate their dot product. Calculate their dot product. If the dot product gives 0, it means they are perpendicular. If it does not give 0, they are not perpendicular. There must be a certain angle that is not 90 degrees between them. So to show whether this is perpendicular to P or Q, you do that separately. Take this vector, P cross Q is a vector, right? Then dot P, and P is a vector. Now if you have 0, it means this vector is perpendicular to this. If not, it is not perpendicular to this one. So let's see, this is equal to, what is your P cross Q? Where did we get this P cross Q? Let me bring the result. Again, look at this one. This is our result. When we calculated P cross Q, we obtained this one. So this is minus 3 I cap, okay, minus 6 J cap, minus 3 K cap. Then our P dot open bracket, our P from the problem we are given, our P was 6 I cap minus 7 J cap, then plus 8 K cap. So this one, as in before, you take this one and multiply by this. So I have minus 3 multiplied by 6 plus, then I take this minus 6, and J here I take minus 7 plus, then I take this minus 3 and the plus 8 for K cap. Okay, now if this evaluation gives you 0, they are perpendicular, otherwise they are not. So let's check if it will give us 0. We open bracket, just open bracket, negative, this one negative 3, close bracket, open bracket again 6, close bracket, plus, open bracket again negative 6, close bracket, open bracket, negative 7, close bracket, plus, then open bracket, negative 3, close bracket, open bracket, 8, close bracket. Okay, look at it. I am going to press the equality sign now. Let's press that. I press it. Look at, it's 0. It is 0, so this is equal to 0. This means they are perpendicular. Okay, okay. So we have to check for the other one. So and say P cross Q dot Q, because they say perpendicular to both P and Q. So let's see that this is equal to, for this vector will not change since you have this, minus 3 I cap minus 6 J cap minus 3 K cap dot, what about your Q? Your Q is negative 9 I cap plus 10 J cap minus 11 K cap. Now this is equal to minus 3 multiplied by minus 9 here, plus, then you take this minus 6 multiplied by 10 here, positive, then plus, then you take this minus 3 multiplied by minus 11. Okay, let's see if this one will give us 0. Okay, before okay, I have to open bracket, negative 3, close bracket, open bracket, negative 9, close bracket, plus, open bracket, negative 6 close bracket open bracket 10 close bracket plus again open bracket negative 3 close bracket open bracket negative 11 close bracket. Okay, look at what we have here. Again, I'm going to press the equality sign. Look at it here. You heard the sound, right? So let's see if it is 0. Oh, wow, this is 0. So now that you obtain 0 for both, your conclusion will be, you now say, therefore, this vector P cross Q is perpendicular to both vector P and vector Q. You successfully show that. It gives you 0. The dot product for this and this and this gave you 0. Okay, now the other one says we should show that B, meaning this B, where is it? This B, okay, B Roman number 2 says we should be able to show that this P cross Q is equal to negative Q cross P. In other words, commutativity, the law of commutativity doesn't apply to the cross product. So I can rearrange this one and say, okay, this means I have vector P cross Q. If I have vector P cross, now I take this one to the other side, it becomes positive, plus vector Q cross P. This should give me 0. Okay, it means since I got this one, okay, the next thing I have to do is to get my Q cross P. If I get Q cross P, then I will add the two vectors. If it gives me 0, then this condition is satisfied. Otherwise, it's not. Okay, but I have to show this. This one is, I have to show that this is equal to this. So when I get this one, I should make sure that it gives 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, remember you have your P cross Q is known to you already. P cross Q, you calculated that P cross Q, you obtain this, so keep this result. Next, find your Q cross P. The procedure is same as in P cross Q, only that you are going to write the values of Q first. Okay, so I'm going to write here I cap, and here J cap, and here K cap. Next, what are we going to do now? We now take the values for Q, or the Q we were given, the I value, the coefficient of I negative 9, for J is plus 10, and for K negative 11. Then what about P? We now write for P 6, and then here minus 7, and then here 8 positive. Now let me bring the other one. I want you to see the difference between the two of them. You see, I want you to look at them carefully and see. This one, because it started with Q, so we wrote the Q values first. Okay, its values first, then later P. But this one started with P, so we wrote the P values first, then later the Q values. That's the only difference. So but the procedure remains the same. So as in before, I'm going to have this bracket, then minus another bracket, then plus another bracket. And then in the first one, this will be my I cap, this will be my J cap, finally this one will be my K cap. Then what do I write in the bracket? Here I cap, I ignore this one, the column that has I, the row that has I have these values: 10 minus 11 minus 7, 8. And then here I ignore this column, minus 9, 6, minus 9 6, and then minus 11 8. Then here I ignore this column, I ignore this row, I have minus 9 6, and then 10 minus 7. Okay, okay, then I will now say this is equal to, I open my square bracket, this times this, since they are both positive I do not need a bracket, minus, but this is negative, so minus 11 multiplied by minus 7. Okay, this times this, or this times this, anyone you take is correct. And then this is for my I cap, this is for my I cap. Now this is minus, then again I open bracket, this is open bracket, minus 9 multiplied by this 8 multiplied by 8 minus, and this is negative, negative 11 should be multiplied by this multiplied by 6. Okay, negative 11 multiplied by 6. Now I close bracket, and this is my J cap. For then plus, then I open bracket again, I have minus 9 multiplied by minus 7. Okay, this times this, then minus 10 times 6. Okay, and this is for my K cap, this is for my K cap. Now I bring my calculator, if I bring my calculator, I'm going to say, I'm going to simplify the bracket as we did before. 10 times 8 minus open bracket negative 11 close bracket open bracket negative 7 close bracket, and this will give me 3 positive. You see, I got 3 positive, so I'm going to write this is equal to 3 positive, and this is I cap. Then I write this negative sign here, but if I obtain a negative value, it will cancel this negative, change it to positive. So but let's see, in the bracket I have open bracket negative 9 close bracket times 8 minus open bracket again negative 11 close bracket times 6. Then what do I have? This is negative 6. Can you see? I have negative 6, and I still have negative outside. What is in the bracket? Yield negative 6. So negative outside times negative inside gives me a positive value. So I have plus 6. This is for J cap. Okay. Then plus what? Plus, plus, plus. Okay. Now this one, I will simplify the bracket, but if I have a negative value, remember it will change my positive to negative. But let's see, open bracket negative 9 close bracket, and open bracket again negative 7 close bracket minus 10 times 6, and this will be 3 positive. So my plus sign survives since I got a positive value 3, as you can see. So I have 3K cap. Great. I like this result. So it means my Q cross P is this one. So the next thing we are going to do is to add the two, okay, and see if we will get 0. If we get 0, then our condition is satisfied. Okay, so this means that we will say P cross Q, okay, plus Q cross P. Okay, and this is equal to, what is our P cross Q? We obtained that before. What was our result? Check the result. It was minus 3 I cap minus 6 J cap. Can you see that? I like that. Minus 3 K cap. This is our P cross Q, and you can see is the negative of the other one clearly. But let's continue. This is plus open bracket. What we obtained now, where is our result? For Q cross P, look at what we obtain. Okay, so we have 3I cap plus 6J cap and then plus 3K cap, and this will give us 0 because let's group them together. For I, take the coefficient. For I, you have minus 3 here and then you have plus 3 here, you see, and this is I cap. Then plus, you open bracket, you have minus 6 here and then here you have plus 6 here. This is for J cap. Okay, plus, open bracket, here you have minus 3 and then here you have plus 3, you see, and this is for K cap. So minus 3 plus 3, this will be 0 I cap, you see, then plus, and then minus 6 plus 6 is also 0 J cap, and then plus minus 3 plus 3 again 0 K cap, and everything becomes 0, you see. Hence, now that we have 0, we can say hence our P cross Q is negative Q Q cross P, and it makes sense because if you take this Q, look at the Q cross P, when you got it, is the negative of the other one, because at the end you got minus 3I cap minus 6J cap minus minus what, minus 3K cap. So I can factorize minus 1 here outside. If I take this minus out, this will become 3I cap, you see, 3I cap plus 6J cap, you see, plus 3K cap, you see that. So and this is your P cross Q, so this is negative P cross Q, you see that. So one is the negative of the other. I don't want to prolong this video. Apparently we got like 42 minutes, and I hope that this is very clear to all of you. For anyone who intends to know more about the physics of the vectors, you can read that from books, inshallah. But with this one, I believe you have all the training you need to pass the course, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide you all, and I pray that you pass this course, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.